But my heart is in Havana. There's something about his manners. Havana, no. You didn't walk up with that, how you doing? When he came in, he said there's a lot of girls out.
Alright, hi guys, it's Ashley and I am back on my travel channel. Many of you guys did not know that I had a travel channel, but now you do, so please like, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. So, if you guys follow me on social media, then you know that I like to travel frequently throughout the year. Many of the times when I post a picture, most of you guys are in my DMs asking me like, you guys ask me outrageous questions like, am I rich? Do I have a sugar daddy? Do my parents finance my trips? Am I like going through a study abroad program? Am I paying for my trips off of school scholarships and stuff like that? I know some of you guys don't mean to be like off the wall, but the answer to all you guys' questions, like I've told some of you guys before, is just no. The answer is no. I pay for 100% of my trips by myself. And I just got back. It's like 8:30 and the sun is setting as we speak. So let's get started. First things first is, one thing I've learned while traveling throughout the year or so, is a year and a half or so, whatever, is you have to be flexible. When I first started traveling, I wanted to plan all of my trips in the summertime, which was really bad because that's when prices were at their highest. Hotel prices were at the highest. Now, if you guys are going to book and you aren't sure, if you're looking at prices for flights and you aren't sure like if you want to go on that date but it's a really cheap ticket, you should book through Southwest. And I say that because Southwest lets you to change your ticket date and time as many times as you want to without charging you. When I got to New York, I decided that I wanted to come back later than I had previously bought my ticket for. I called Delta and I let them know, like, you know, I just wanted to see. I knew that they might charge me because it's Delta, and the lady said they do have a $200 change fee. She was nice enough to change it for me without charging me. For this part, I'm going to do a voiceover really quick because I don't think I was explaining it in a way that you guys will understand me. But basically, when I speak to some of you guys tell me that you don't have friends and family with money to travel, or they just don't want to travel, and you're not comfortable traveling by yourself. So I'm basically letting you guys know that there are professional travel groups out there. I hear they're really affordable and a cool way to meet new people if it's something that you're into. It's not something that I would do personally, but I hear that they're a really cool way if you kind of want to get started traveling and not be by yourself. Another thing is cruises. People always rule out cruises because they think you have to have a passport. You do not have to have a passport to travel on a cruise.
You do not have to have a passport to travel on a cruise.
And when I tell people this, they are so shocked. Cruises are really inexpensive and they are only a one-time payment, so that's something you guys should really consider. Most people think that like if you go with a group to somewhere domestic and you guys split the price of the hotel, is going to be cheap. It is, but to a certain extent. You still have to consider that you have to eat, you need transportation, and you still have to pay for extracurricular activities, which is what people don't think about when they're booking a trip. Versus a cruise, you can take 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 10 days, whatever. Whatever you pay then is the price you're going to pay. That's it. Like your food and everything is set. So as you see, everything keeps dying and it got darker. So anyway, okay, so I'm just gonna run through these really quick. So another expensive thing you can do for a trip is a cabin trip. I think I went on 3 the past year, and I don't think I had to pay over $200 for any of them. I live in the South too, so that may be a thing, but yeah, cabin trips are really inexpensive. So another thing you should consider is your study abroad program at your school. I don't know why people don't think to use their study abroad programs at their school, but they're really lenient with scholarships, and that's what people don't know. When I got accepted to my study abroad program for 6 months in London, they covered everything. I think they said like 70 to 80% of the people at my school got accepted for study abroad scholarships, but I don't think anyone knew that. But yeah, another thing I would say is, if you are like how I used to be, I used to hate looking for trips and stuff. Now I've gotten really good at it, and I've been able to find deals. But if you hate it, you should go through a travel agent. Travel agents are free. That's what people don't know. Travel agents are completely free. The only time they will charge you is if you need them to book your flight. That is the only time they will ask you for something or like have to charge you. And I guess because they have to get something out of it, I guess, I don't know. but they should be 100% free. If your travel isn't free, then you got the wrong travel agent. Just saying. Also, I would say use your apps, guys. There's so many apps. I'm gonna give you guys some apps in the next video because my camera's gonna die. I'm gonna give you guys some apps to use, but they will basically, like, it's just one hotel app and I really forgot the name, but it basically, like, when you log into the app, it'll be like, oh, tomorrow they're going down 80%, or tomorrow they're going down 50%. So just never book your initial hotel price. Another thing I would say that people don't know to do, and my coworkers had been working at my job, like coworkers that had been working at my job 2-3 years before I got there did not know this, and I guess I only knew because I like to travel a lot. I asked my manager, I was like, I think I was like just surfing our company website or whatever, and I saw something related to traveling. It was like 80% off hotels, flights, car rentals, cabin trips, and cruises and stuff like that. And I was just like, so I went into my boss and she was like, oh yeah, we pay for the other percentages. And I'm just like, yeah, I didn't tell nobody that. Like, yeah, I don't use my job now for hotels because most of the time when I'm going somewhere, I get my hotel for free. But had I not, I will use them for cruises and stuff like that because that's a steal. Anyway, also open your emails. You guys won't ever know anything if you don't open your emails. Have a junk email. I have a junk email. My mommy made me an email when I was like in 6th grade or something for my birthday gift because I had always been asking for one. I remember I always used to email my teacher with like a freaking loser. That was so weird. She used to reply though, so whatever. It's now a junk email that I like send notifications and stuff to, like clothes notifications, flight deals, hotel deals, and stuff like that. Use your junk email, and I check it every other day just for like last minute stuff. At least my camera is on 6%. Last and not least, you need to save your money. You don't have to know where or when you're going on a trip, but you still need to save your money. If you're like me and you're like, darn, I know I'm probably gonna want to go on a trip in the next few months. I'm trying to stop traveling so much, but I've been saying that for years, so whatever. If you're like me, you know you're gonna want to travel the next few months. It's just best to save your money because when I want to travel the next few months, then I know I will have something saved up. But yeah, that's just something to reiterate to you guys. That's all I have for now. My camera is about to die. If you have any questions, just follow me on social media handles and message me. I'll link them all below. Thank you for watching my videos. Remember to like, share, and subscribe and all that stuff.